Well, a very good evening from the home address on it's Sunday evening, isn't it? It's the 4th of February 24. And I was about to start making some inroads on a new upload, but I decided to take the camera out because, well, to be perfectly honest, I'm absolutely furious with the Met Office again. Anyone who watches my vlogs might think I've got an obsession with the Met Office, but someone's got to, hold them to account for their manipulation and lies and fibs, and I mean it's extreme. The last couple of days have been fairly mild, according to the Met Office, and I dare say that after some of the cold snaps we've had of late, it probably feels a little bit better to be out and about, but you still need to be wrapped up. I made comment about this in my walk yesterday. I said that the bloody Met Office should be held accountable for the stupidity, telling people it's mild. I mean, there's a lot of people in the country who are not the full shilling, but they understand the word mild, so they have a quick glance to listen to the Met Office forecast, and then say, "Oh, it's mild. Oh, I'll just go out with my T-shirt on." And 4 hours later, they've got pneumonia, influenza, or at least a bad cold, chest infection or something like that. So I said to the Met Office, I said, you need to start thinking about what you're saying to people. It's not mild. It used to be mild when the temperatures, perhaps in an early spring day, the temperatures maybe reached 15 degrees Celsius. Let's just talk about Scotland. I mean, they've been pitting 10 degrees in Scotland for the last couple of days. Well, I got to tell you, the temperature on my thermometer was 6.4 degrees Celsius. I checked at 12 minutes past 12 today. It was 6.4, not 10 degrees. But 15 degrees is, once upon a time, was considered to be mild. But now, according to the Met Office, anything above 6 degrees is mild. They're the ones who are obsessional. They're the ones who are fanatical about selling us this idea that we're all heading for, the doom of being incinerated while sitting, perhaps in the garden a summer's day, literally. And now it's crept into the winter months. It's starting to sell us this bloody global warming nonsense, this climate change, at every opportunity, and I'm fed up with it. I mean, am I obsessional? I don't think I am. I think that most people either don't give a shit or they're too thick to understand meteorology. Or the blatant, the blatant fibs and lies that are being pushed upon us every single broadcast by the Met Office. So I've really went to town with them. I've told them it's a complete manipulation and fabrication of facts. The latest one they've done is this is Sunday the 4th of February. They've stuck up something on their screen to tell us that the average February temperature for the UK is between 0 and 3 degrees Celsius. Something they'd never mentioned ever. And they've never put it on their screen until today. And I just thought to myself, no chance. They're using this data, this kiddie-on data, to try and make people think, well, if it's 10 degrees, we really are starting to see some effects of climate change in early February. Wow. So I really fucking got annoyed, and I said to them, just a minute here. We're 4 days into February. This is a leap year. we've another 25 days of data to collect for February. In Scotland, the temperature could fall quite easily to minus 22 to minus 27 degrees Celsius. That has got to be taken into account when they give a monthly average. So to come around and tell people that the February average is between 0 and 3 degrees Celsius, it's just not on. They could say that at the end of February if they wanted to, that the temperatures were above average, but they can't say it 4 days in. Are you with me? I was absolutely furious with them. And this is all part of their plan. I mean, if you cannot trust an age-old institution like the Met Office with reliable facts and data, where are we at this point in life? I mean, the BBC are fucked. They just lie to you all the time. In fact, most of the mainstream media do that. I've been banned from posting any information on Sky News now. That adds to, well, STV was during the 2020 COVID time. I got banned. But I'm so pleased that after the COVID inquiry and all the lies came out about Sturgeon and Leach and Swinney, then I feel very much vindicated. And so STV, when they decided to ban my comments, ban me altogether, and the BBC, when I think about it, on Have You Say, they stopped that. They're still no longer allowing me to post anything. I've been banned. Not from use of bad language, but from seeing things from a logical point of view and making my opinions concise and clear, which I thought in a democracy I was entitled to do, but no, I got banned. And YouTube have got a habit of removing most of my comments. Well, Met Office, I have to tell you that they have been doing this as part of this sort of woke agenda, which has been prevalent in our society for far too long. But the Met Office continually, and I mean continuously, on their thumbnails have windmills, wind turbines. They have these false sunsets, these Photoshop sunsets, which show a much darker, redder sky than you could ever imagine. It looks like bloody Mars, not the UK. And it's all done to make your mind think that you're being toasted as you sit and have your evening meal and watch the weather updates, perhaps after the news. Of course, I don't, because I don't have a bloody television. It's over there, but it's not tuned up to the sky, because I don't want it. I've just been celebrating that. It's almost 9 years, 1 month, and I haven't missed a second. I've told you this. But I just thought to myself, no chance, Met Office, that you guys try and con the British public a moment longer. I've been on your case for long enough. You know who I am. But this one was just a step too far. Bloody temperature. They tried to tell us it's 10 degrees in Scotland when it was 6.4 with me. Probably chillier. I mean, I was out yesterday. When I do this upload, I was out in a walk. I had to put on additional clothing, my gloves and my hat. It was so damn cold in the wind. And they also failed to mention any snow. So I said to them, it was yesterday, I said, what about the snow? What about the Snell wind? What about the bitterly cold wind that was blowing endlessly for days? So they've now, I noticed they've mentioned the snow forecast for the mountains. Not saying that I've convinced them of my personal observations that they've changed any weather or my advice or just because I shouted out loud. But what I'm saying is they're embarrassed by the fact that someone's sitting taking note of what they're doing. They are thoroughly embarrassed. I know they are. And this idea that I mean, I've never known the Met Office to ever put up on screen a monthly average, unless they're talking about averages on a sort of omnibus edition of Met Office, looking back at a set period. For example, the summer, when they tried to convince us summer 2023 was the temperatures were way above average, but they're bloody not, because they did not follow the set routines of taking a maximum temperature, a minimum temperature, 24 hourly readings divided by 24 to get your average. Well, they don't do that. But strangely enough, they wanted to do it for this weekend, 4 days into the month, and they wanted to convince the British public that the temperatures were 3 to 4 times higher than what they should be. That was a bloody... I mean, I was really, really furious. I still am. I'm not prepared to be conned by this lot. I can't blame the individual presenters, but they are complicit, because they're the ones that are standing getting paid knowingly, giving false information to the UK public, to the wider public on these matters. And the people, I'm so sad, but they're so thick, they just do not understand what's happening to them. They've been conned every single damn day of their life by every single media outlet. But when it comes to something like the weather, I know my weather. I've been an outdoor chap since I was a young boy. I know the differences, and I can feel it in my bones when it's going to snow or there's rain coming or anything like that. I glance at the sky, I glance at the birds. You only need to watch the birds, what they're doing, and if they're eating fast and furious on a winter's day and scraping around and looking at every single crumb they can get, that's an indication there's bad weather coming. And that's exactly what the birds were doing this morning. So I knew there's a change on. But that aside, what I'm saying, I don't want to make a long blog here. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you cannot trust something like the weather, the National Weather Service, to give you accurate and truthful information, if you can't trust them, then we're in a very bad situation. And I cannot believe that there's so few people, well, maybe there are lots of people who are sitting in the same position as I am and saying, that is just not on. So I don't know if people are writing to the Met Office or sending complaints. I don't know. There's no figures published for this. So maybe that's what I'll do in my next complaint that I forward to them, is ask them if they can publish some data in regards to the number of complaints they received about the fabrication and manipulation of the figures that they keep issuing.